Hey guys, did you know that Physicians Formula has a lot of new stuff? I'm talking lots of new stuff. Stuff I'm going to be using in this video for you. I got a PR package and I was like, some of this got past me. A lot of it's complexion stuff. We do have a new lip product too. I've been experimenting with this stuff for about the last 4 days. So yeah, I've got some thoughts. I've got my skin prepped. I've got my unibrow tweezed. We're ready to go. So Physicians Formula, like many brands, has a couple of sub-lines that they've put new products into. One is their diamond line and another line is their butter line. So one new thing that they put in their diamond range is this Diamond Perfector Mineral Wear BB Cream, which I have here in the shade light to medium. So you can see it's got that cool kind of diamond cap. The whole entire packaging is sort of, I don't know, would we say faceted like a diamond? I kept the box with the details. It says a complexion enhancing beauty balm designed to leave all skin tones looking radiantly glowing. Supposedly it's a 10-in-1 skin perfector that moisturizes, primes, provides lightweight coverage while diffusing the look of pores and imperfections. Skin looks and feels smooth, glowing, and naturally flawless. Was that 10 things? Oh, here's the 10 things. The 10 things are on the side. Moisturizer, primer, concealer. Come on, this is not a concealer. Foundation, if you want to call it that, brightener, illuminizer, kind of like synonyms, skin treatment, line softener, even skin tone, and pore diffuser. There's a little section that says why it's good for you, and it says lustrous diamond dust creates a light diffusing blur that leaves a translucent veil of luminosity. Soothing mineral water and nourishing vitamin E transforms dull dehydrated skin. So it's got the diamond dust, 100% certified authentic diamonds, soothing mineral water, and vitamin E. To me, this seems like a really light coverage, sheer coverage skin tint. So I'm going to show you, and you can see if you like it, but it's got a little squeezy tube. I'm going to squeeze out like a pea or pearl sized amount right there. And texture wise, it feels like a tinted moisturizer. Immediately you think, okay, is that just a normal foundation consistency? But you can tell there's moisture involved. Grab a dense brush. I'm actually going to try this brush with it. This is my new Real Techniques. You may have seen it in the Real Techniques video. It's the bubble blending brush. And I feel like this might be good for, I don't know, maintaining some coverage or something. I can see the luminosity that it gives. This just blends it out in a heartbeat. You see what I mean on the cheeks? You can see a little glowiness, but the coverage is ultra light, I think. I feel okay, but not amazed by this product. You see what I mean? Like, yes, it's giving glow, but it's not giving a lot extra. You're gonna really be relying on your concealer to do the bulk of your covering. I'm squeezing out like a little bit more, and I wanna show you about buildability. So I'm adding a little bit more here to the center of the face. I'm gonna dab over this, just kind of like press it in. And what you're gonna see is not a lot changes. It's kind of the point I'm making here. You might see even a little more glowiness, but it's not something where I'd want to build and build and build because I feel like I'm seeing my pores more. So in a nutshell, what does this do? It does sheer coverage and adds some glow to your skin and adds a little bit of moisture to your skin. Not an outrageous amount of moisture. I'm not feeling sticky even over the areas where I built it up a second time. Now they've got their Butter Glow Corrector. We've switched over to the Butter Glow range. They previously had out a Butter Glow concealer, which I've already reviewed. It has like this little, built-in sponge here, which I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't love the way that blends, and I don't love the thought of like, if you want to clean that up, now you got to be remembering, okay, I got to take my makeup product out and wash off the end of the sponge. But anyways, they've got some different correctors. There's like a lavender, there's a green one. I kind of latched on to the peachy one, although noticing that it is one of those deeper peaches, not really like a light pink. Typically, if there would be a range of correctors and there's a shade like this that's kind of like an apricot color, I would go to a pink shade if it were offered. Just for my skin tone, that's what makes the biggest effect. But I'm gonna go over my darkness. We could probably say this is orangey, okay? I'm gonna go around there, I'll give a couple dots out here, and then we'll blend this in. It's the same consistency as this concealer, which is very, very thin. So if you're up for a super thin concealer, I think you will like the fact that it's so light. But as I blend it in, first I use the small side, then I use the larger side. I see maybe a minimal difference in my darkness there. I actually kind of feel like maybe some areas are a little bit darker. And I think it's just the depth level of the product here. Again, I feel like my skin tone responds really well to the more pinky tone correctors and brighteners. I think it did a little bit in some areas, but it's just not one of those, wow, that was amazing for me types of products. There is also a yellow as well. Maybe I should play with that at some point. But yeah, I mean, in the sense of actual color correcting, like trying to take something dark, camouflage it, this color tone is probably workable out there for somebody maybe in a little more medium to deep category, but I just feel like I need something lighter and brighter to do a real number on my under eye. So then what I'm going to do, again, this is the not new product, but just because it's Physicians Formula, I'm going to pull it in. It's my light to medium shade of the Butter Glow Concealer. And this, by the way, it does have some of that butter scent that they put in it. It's not a butter scent, it's a tropical scent that they put in the butter products. Come on, Em. So I'm going to add some of this. This will brighten me up a little bit. But again, this is super thin and lightweight, but yet it does have some nice coverage. I have enjoyed using this one on and off. I just am not a huge fan of the little applicator they threw in there. You know what I really liked and what I missed from Physicians Formula? They did that range where they had a foundation. I can't even remember the name of it. Oh, was it Healthy Skin? No, that's Neutrogena. The foundation that was in a squared off glass bottle with a doe foot applicator. I think they also had some lip colors as well in that range. Like, that stuff was so good. See what we got now? We've got some actual coverage there on the under eye. A definite improvement. I mean, we know that this Diamond Perfector didn't do much for us on coverage, so the concealer kind of had to do a lot, and I think it did. I feel like we're getting some of the things that I really didn't like among this new Physicians Formula stuff out of the way here at the start. Another thing I did not go for, this Mineral Wear Diamond Blur Skincare Powder, okay? Really cute packaging. They've tried to take loose powder and kind of make it a little bit more portable feeling. I think they've given you a triangle puff here, which is kind of cool. They've got a cap over the product that really, you can undo it and you have a little cloud of dust. But what's actually in here is a little mesh trampoline, okay? And when you jump on the trampoline, boom, you hit some powder eventually. It's hard to get a lot of powder. I started out when I was first playing with this, I used the provided thing. And I'd go around and I'd try to get some. And I'd feel like I was going over my skin and I mean, I wasn't hardly getting anything up. I'm gonna go over this cap and then, yeah, I'll have a little something there. But I feel like I can be a bit more aggressive with my pink one. And the funny thing is, like, when I lightly dab, I feel like I don't pick up hardly anything. Like, I'm not picking up much at all. But I got a bang on it, and then I get some. And then I get also a cloud of dust, which is technically wasted product. But like, I gotta hit it, and then more comes out, but I actually get some. I just end up kind of like cleaning up the product with my puff to get some more to set my under eye. And then how is it actually looking? Fine. Nothing where I'm like, oh, this took me over the top compared to Maybelline Fit Me. You know, I love Maybelline Fit Me. That stuff's really able to brighten. This stuff definitely doesn't dull me down, but I just don't like the mechanism. I think it makes it very unclear as to what you're picking up on the puff. Some might say, well, maybe you are picking some up on the puff, Em. It's just so invisible and so translucent that you just can't see. And that bothers me. I need to know, like, I want to be aware of how much is going on there. And I know I'm getting some, but it's a little confusing. You understand what I'm saying? The fact that I can't touch in there, and then I got some flying, but is any actually on the puff? I like that they included this little guy. This is actually not a bad puff. It's super thin. The shape is great. And you know, that's what people are using these days. They're kind of in tune with what's happening. There's constantly a cloud of dust flying everywhere. And it's very unclear how much you're picking up on the puff. I do feel like I'm set now though, after all that. I did get some, I did. In a nutshell, wasn't huge on this. Didn't love the corrector. Do not like this. This, which has been out for a while, is a pretty good concealer in my book. If you like really thin concealers that still do some coverage, that smell like suntan lotion, kind of odd there. But all in all, that's probably the product that saved the look so far. Now we've got some new bronzing types of products, and I'm gonna go with the lighter one that I have first. We've got this Diamond Bronzer from the Mineral Wear line. And it actually says on the sticker on the back here, for extra sensitive or breakout prone skin. This is a talc-free, weightless, creamy bronzer designed to leave all skin tones looking radiantly bronzed and glowing. They say this innovative powder and serum hybrid nourishes and minimizes the appearance of pores and fine lines while melting into skin to deliver a dewy, healthy looking warmth. It's got the diamond dust in it, it's got the soothing mineral powder, and it's got vitamin E. And this I have enjoyed. I feel like we've got no shortage of cream bronzers and contours right now, but I've liked this. I want to show you what it looks like when you first open it up. If you can kind of focus in on around the outside, it's kind of textured. They didn't just go flat out cream. They made it look like it's got a little bit of a, is anybody familiar with the idea of a popcorn ceiling? It's almost like they put a popcorn ceiling in it. When you first open it up, you actually wonder, what is that? And then you touch it and you're like, oh, okay, it's a cream. It's a cream that feels immediately thin like the Milani, but perhaps ultimately has a little more moisture in it than that, a bit more richness than that. I'm just gonna take my Sephora 56, I'm gonna go straight into the product, and I'm gonna start dabbing this around. Did I say I have the bronze gem shade? There is a deeper one than this. But this is just gonna gently warm up the skin, and let's just, blend the hair right into it. And then I have another product that's gonna do some more potent contouring for me, okay? But can you see as I blend this in, the texture of this does kind of contribute to a bit of a glow on the skin. It's like I'm not seeing the glow because of shimmer, but it's giving a little radiance. Pick up a little here, dab it right in this zone and kind of up as well. I really like the way it blends. I know lots of people are talking about the Milani ones right now. And again, I would say this is not far off from the texture of Milani, but it feels just like a little bit richer, a little more moisture in it. Going into the hollow of the cheek, but then as I blend, I feel like I'm pulling up. See, it's pretty. I like it. I like the way it looks on the surface of the skin. It's not making me feel too tacky, but yet really pretty, gentle warmth, especially with this shade. If I would have pulled out the deeper shade, I mean, we could be talking about a more potent contour here, but I have another product specifically for the contouring, and it's the Butter Glow Contour Wand. This I have in the Fair Light shade, and it's gonna give us some serious contour, as you will see. So they're trying to get on board with the Charlotte Tilbury, the Tarte, any other brand that's doing these little, where you twist the top, squish the product up through, you know. I'm trying not to make a mess of mine, but I do have to say, it works well as far as the product on my skin. Now this is Fair to Light. It's a legit dark brown shade there. This is gonna show. So I just blend over it, and I have a real easy time blending. As you can see, it just blends in effortlessly. Like what product? I can tell I'm deepened up a little bit, but that was very easy. I wanna do a few dots right down here in my little contour zone. Again, we're working with the Sephora 56. I kind of start out maybe doing a few circular motions, but then ultimately we're dabbing. It's just so easy to use. Like that shade looks kind of intimidating. Like, oh, is this going to be way too dark? Great ease of use, great like finished natural look. And I'm not even like twisting and pushing more out every time. I think what you have to recognize here is that after you've pushed some product out initially, you're gonna have some there for maybe the next several applications. So I think that might be where people get a little bit messy with it, is that they don't realize that and they keep like squeezing out more every time. You don't really need to do that. By the way, aren't you loving that zit that just refuses to be completely covered up? It's okay. I like this. Again, not my favorite packaging design. I would still probably go for Hard Candy Face Off if they were like in a contest with one another. But I do really like the way that looks. I like the tone. I like what it did. I like how easy it was to put on. You do have an on and off, so you can lock that. So as you like keep it in a makeup bag or something, or in a drawer, this isn't going to be capable of continuing to squeeze product out. But I like that. I really do. Of course, it kind of reminds me of e.l.f.'s as well. e.l.f. has that whole Halo Glow wand thing. This seems just exceptionally easy to blend in, though. Hi, Biddy.
Hey, Mama.
How you doing? Happy spring break. Oh, you gonna miss school?
Mm-hmm. And all my friends.
Oh.
I like that color of blue.
Thank you. Back to the Diamond Wear line. We've got a couple of these things called Diamond Filler Mineral Wear Cheek and Lip Colors, okay? I've played with both. They are both really intense, little goes a long way types of products. So Rare Beauty started their whole thing with their liquid blushes, and we've seen so many brands, like just here recently, e.l.f. has put out potent liquid blushes. Wet n Wild, they've done some too. Here we've got Physicians Formula with these blushes where it's just like a tiny dot goes the distance, you know? I can go the distance. A weightless serum to cream hybrid color for cheeks and lips. This multitasking blendable long-lasting formula is infused with precious diamonds and our exclusive plumping complex. I never have noticed my cheeks plumping up anymore. I mean, they're just kind of plump as is. But you can use it on cheeks and lips for an outrageously effortless monochromatic look. So there's supposedly a little bit of lustrous diamond light that creates a light diffusing blur. When they talk about that diamond light, this lustrous diamond infused thing, it doesn't mean this stuff is loaded with shimmer. I mean, as you've been able to see, this had it, but it wasn't shimmery looking on the skin. My skin had a little luminous look, but these don't seem to be loaded with shimmer either. But it's got the hydrating hyaluronic spheres, it's got a moisturizing tripeptide blend, and also vitamin E. Now, I haven't used these on the lips yet. I've just been putting them on the cheeks so far. I feel like they're both equally intense. I'm gonna go with the Radiant Peach today. So you take it out. I appreciate the doe foot applicator. I like that it's not a squeeze tube like the Diamond Perfector, but just look for a moment. This is a small dot. The small dot turns into a lot. It goes like all over the cheek. This is the Radiant Peach. Again, I still think it looks kind of pinky peach. Those tiny dots went all over. We could do maybe one little bit more. Just be prepared. And I like them. I've enjoyed these. I think they wear well. I think they got a nice intensity to them. Don't get me wrong, this one definitely looks more peachy than the other one. Peach is kind of like the Pantone color of the year, isn't it? And then on the lips, light vanilla scent with this. I'm going to blend it out on the lips. I don't want too much on there, but there's that peachy color. And I'll swatch out the pink on my hand. It's called Radiant Pink. Again, with the doe foot, there's what it looks like just freshly put on. Again, I think both colors have a certain amount of depth when you first put them on. And then when we blend it out, it's a rich rosy shade. I've experienced good staying power. I think it's a good product, but is it drastically different from the Wet n Wild or the e.l.f.? You know, they're all kind of doing the same thing. This one does have the claim of being lip and cheek. It feels pretty good on my lips. Like, it doesn't feel too drying. I like it. I'm gonna see if any transfers off when I take a sip. A little bit does. It's not going to totally set like liquid lipstick, which I don't think I'd really want it to. Finally, on the face, we have something that this came in the PR, I didn't even want to use this, okay? I was just turned off immediately by the name, Mineral Wear Diamond Dust, but then I thought, let's do it for the video, let's do it. It looks pretty, yes, but it also looks glittery, and I don't like the name Dust. I don't know what this is going to be on the cheeks. I'm seeing a fine sparkle on my finger. I don't know if you can see. It's like a very fine veil of sparkle. When I hold it, at certain angles it looks gold, and then at others it looks peachy. Real Technique setting brush is like, I don't know. It's giving me a little glaze, and honestly, just as I suspected, if I come in close, I can see the little flecks of shimmer. And that's what it's all about, guys. Are the little tiny micro fine shimmer particles. Like, that's the point of this. It's not like those are embedded in something more smooth where you could sit here and blend away and, you know, eventually get something lighter looking on the skin. No, all it is the shimmer particles. You gotta make it even. I mean, I hate to prejudge a product without trying it, but I gotta say I was kind of right about this one. Also, can I put more concealer on that spot? Will it help? You know, it adds some glow. From a distance, it makes me look kind of juicy. I just don't like the thought of coming up close to my skin. I feel like I can see all the pores, all the issues. Again, the base product may be playing a role in that because this didn't do great for pores. We're trying another dot on the zit just because we're frustrated. Okay. A little bit better. All I want to do right now is take a little Kosas Cloud set over this face. I want to set what I just did there on the nose and just, I don't know. That highlighter just made me feel a little out of control with what things were doing on my skin. Let's put a little sparkle on top. But to sum up what's been used so far, the stuff I liked their diamond bronzer. I like this cream formula. I think it's very user-friendly. And for me, this shade called Bronze Gem definitely gave me that soft bronzy glow. And then this contour wand for me in the shade Fair Light, that I thought did a great job of actually kind of chiseling the features a bit more and was extremely easy to use. Not my favorite packaging design, but judging the product alone, I thought it was good. And I do like these diamond filler mineral wear cheek and lip colors. I think both shades give you a lot. I like that it can be lip and cheek. I'm not seeing a whole like, wow, it really did a plumping action on my cheeks or something. It's very little goes a long way. Nothing outrageous, nothing that's taking me truly above and beyond every other product that's like this, but still I do like them. I feel like I owe it to you guys to just put on a little bit of the pink too. I'm not scared, and we're just here playing. This is again a Sephora 56 brush. It's just gonna make it a little bit rosy. Rosy glow. It's so pretty. Just don't be taking big swipes across the skin with these, because then I think you really will have more than you want. If I kind of swipe off some of this peach, I can show you what the pink looks like. I'm just going to swipe some off the wand and then blend it around so I don't get a big thick layer. Okay, what do we think of that? Pretty, right? Packaging is cute. I like the wand applicator. I can get behind that. Things I did not love. I really didn't think the Diamond Perfector was that great. Many products from the drugstore, the number one thing that comes to mind is the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator. Probably a fraction of the cost that Physicians Formula is charging for this. And that's the thing. Physicians Formula, their stuff's a little more expensive. But the Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator from Wet n Wild is awesome. It provides definitely more coverage than this, but still gives you that lightweight kind of luminous vibe. For my skin tone, I'm not really into the corrector, but I think some people deeper than me could take advantage of it more. And I really just can't get into the packaging design here on the Diamond Blur Powder. I generally don't love when there's a little mesh trampoline on things. Concealer, which they previously put out, came in and did well for us though. I'm gonna do my eyes real quick and we'll come in with a couple more new things. Okay friends, I just did my eyes. Sorry, I'm just blending this little area here. I just did my eyes with a not new Physicians Formula product. It looks like this. It's called their Butter Believe It eyeshadow. So I used both the mattes, that one, and then a little bit of this on the lid. So just easy basic look. I took a little bit of that dark shadow on the lower lash line too. And then here's another product, kind of like this one, where I was like, I don't know if I even want to try this. I don't think it's going to be up my alley, but I'm going to try it for the video. And it's the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer Mascara. The shade is actually bronze, okay? Smells strongly of their classic Physicians Formula Butter Tropical Scent. The brush is very full. It looks like it could be a good like volume building brush. I just don't know that I'm gonna like something that's not black. I mean, I used the Hard Candy Brown Mascara last week. That was not enough for me, but I just figured like if I really don't like this, I could do a coat of a black mascara over top, right? We've got a good curl on the lashes, and let's take our bronze mascara. Well, I must say it is thickening them up, lengthening them up. Like, if it's not going to be black, I do need it to make more of them, you know, like I need it to do something, because if it's just going to look ultra natural and then also not be dark, that's not going to work. But this seems to be, with one coat there, it seemed to be building them up fairly well. The brush comes out with like quite a bit of product on it, and it does build up kind of fast. It's definitely darker than bronze. Like what you're thinking bronze is going to be, to me it seems more like a dark brown. I kind of like it. I feel like I'd like it even better if it were black, but it definitely didn't disappoint me as much as I thought it was going to. And I'm 99% sure they do make this mascara in a black, because I'm pretty sure I tried that when it first came out. Oh my gosh, there's a ton on the tip of my brush. Watch that. I would say if you like a brown mascara, look into this, because I am really liking the way it's building up. I still think my first pick would be black in this product, but it's still doing a good job formula-wise. Like, look, it's making my lashes big. And part of the thing, it's doing it quickly because there's a lot on the brush. If you like a super duper cleaned off brush, like you want to see it come out of the tube with, you know, not looking like there's any clumps on there or anything, this might not be your jam. I kind of like it to have a little bit more because when stuff builds quicker, my curl doesn't drop as much. This eye's already dry over here, but I'm just kind of seeing if she can take any more. Looks like she still can. I'm not going to do any on my lower lashes just because I'm not sure if this would smudge or not. But I'm actually really, really glad I used this today. I like it. Key takeaways are, it's a thick brush, comes out loaded up with a lot of product. It's definitely dark brown, not bronze, and it's making my lashes look pretty big. Next thing we're going to move on to are some lip products. So I'm going to wipe off my little 2-in-1 thing that I put on there a little bit ago. There are 3 shades of this butter tinted lip conditioner. Look at the packaging. I kind of like this. It's like it's a tube, it's got a doe foot, but they made it look almost pre-squeezed a little bit. I think that's kind of fun. We have one shade that's Brazilian Berry, we have our Pink Paradise, and we have Beach Bronze, okay? I'm gonna do the Beach Bronze first. I have been playing with these, I've been enjoying them very much. Scent, you're getting that tropical scent and it feels very appropriate for once in a product like this. To me, it feels out of place to smell that in my concealer or my mascara, but on the lips, yeah, bring it on. And you apply it and it kind of reminds me of my Persona Day masks. It's got a similar texture and a similar like pigment level. And you can apply these alongside like on top of a lip liner, which is what I've been doing the last few days, and the staying power is even better because you've got that drier base underneath things. But still, the color is really good and they really hang together. They don't feel like a streaky, slippery gloss. They feel moisturizing. They feel kind of like a treatment, but with a really beautiful shine. Again, that is the Beach Bronze. Love that shade. Like, that's gonna be great for summertime. Again, it looks like a squeeze tube, but we do have a doe foot, which I appreciate. Now let's go to the pink one. So the pink and the berry, like at a glance, they look similar, but you can tell the berry is a little deeper. So this is Pink Paradise. Again, look how it swipes on with full color, but it feels so like hydrating, moisturizing. I think they did a great job with these. There's your pink. Super wearable, very comfy. You're getting the satisfaction of a gloss, which I've been wanting to wear a gloss a lot, but yet it's something that feels so nourishing and like good for your lips, you know? Even after I take it off, my lips feel amazingly hydrated. And then I'm gonna go with the Brazilian Berry. This shade kind of makes me think your lips a bit better. It's got a little bit more of a mauve-y thing happening. I mean, I guess it depends kind of on what your lips look like, but see if you think that when I get done. I feel like this one is my natural lip color, taken up a notch, more of a splash of berry, more shine obviously, but so nice. Like, I really like that. So all in all here at the end of this video, if I were to say, is there one thing you should run out and try to find? Like, I really like these. The cheek products were good, but they're not incredibly unique. You could find these in other lines, and kind of the same goes for these as well. Good, but tons of brands are coming out with this stuff. I do like that I think they specifically made these geared toward lip and cheek, because not everything that you just put on the cheeks would necessarily be comfortable or ideal on the lips as well, and these do feel good. Wearing them on the lips, they don't feel overly drying. I think they've made some efforts to make these work well in both ways, and both shades do look pretty in that monochromatic sense, I think. And the big surprise of the video, this mascara, because look what it's doing for my lashes. Even though it's dark brown, like, I'm okay with that. I'm probably gonna keep wearing this. It says bronzer mascara. Is it a bronzer? No, pretty much dark brown, but it's doing some really good things here for me. So thank you all so much for watching. Please share your take if you've tried this stuff, because I think it really helps in the comments section to have more opinions. I've given you one person's take here, but if you've got like different skin type, different application preferences, just anything you can share it down below, because I think it makes it a nice reference, a nice resource for those who are watching the video. So thank you for your time, everyone. I love you, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.